I'm waiting for it to say, all right, we're on air. Yeah, we'll start here. We're just going to do a little late night recruiting talk about some of the stuff going on. I got some numbers that we'll go into tonight that kind of help sort out recruiting, see who's in a pretty good spot. So we're going to go through different questions, see what's going to happen tonight, talk some recruiting. GRV?
Hey, yeah, we're gonna talk some recruiting. Andrew pretty much elaborated on what we were gonna do.
All
I'm just gonna
right.
add some insight.
All right, I think we should start off. I just want to look through a couple of the top recruits here, talk about how they're doing. There were a couple interesting additions. I think the best recruit in this class is still Soldier Brooks, but Jameer Lacey is looking like one of the top guys, I think.
Hold on one second. I really like Soldier Brooks actually.
Also, Josh Pennington is a freak. 6'7", 319 guard out of Florida.
Yeah,
Florida has a history of pretty damn good offensive linemen. Uh, Jace Brown, the guy at the Cowboys, went to Florida. It'd be interesting to see if who Neo can keep him in state. I think he's gonna go for him though.
he's got to keep him in the state. There's no way that a player of that caliber will leave Florida.
Nah, it's definitely going in state, but see who are the coaches in Florida? UBL might need
AJ,
him. AJ,
AJ, UBL, whoever took over Florida State, D-Stack.
oh yeah, D Stack, and then Neo.
Neo, and then what's
Oh,
his name? USF, Yellow Evan.
Yellow Evan, yeah. So there's a lot of competition in Florida. I think any of them can end up with it. I'm still going UF though. I think Neo's gonna want to get a big guy like that, an offensive lineman, because he's
He's
got a
big for.
lot. He's
Well,
got a lot of spots to fill, and his offensive line looks bad. I think guard's a spot where he's weak.
there's actually two guards that are 5.0 potential from Florida.
Damn.
Pennington and then Aaron Hunt.
You know what might happen? I've seen this happen in a lot of states where people don't want to go for the top guy because they think like Pennington will cost too much, and they all bid on Hunt, and so they're fighting for the weaker guy, and they get him for more than the Pennington would have cost.
I mean, that happened last year with Darman and the two quarterbacks.
Yeah, Darmo just swiped at the quarterbacks.
Um,
I'm not sure you could do that in this system, but you have those kind of steals there. So we might see some more competition for Hunt than Pennington, but Hunt's looking like a top recruit. Oh, I think he is
yeah,
the
for
top
sure.
recruit. But
You can't
Florida's
forget about the punter from North Dakota. He might
the
be the
punter
best
from
recruit
North
in the
Dakota.
class.
Oh man, North Dakota is an interesting state. We'll talk about that later, but how can you forget Devin McGinnis? There are four 3 of 5 players this year. One of them is the next Jason Soria. Sochia, sorry, Sochia.
It's just absurd. Sorry, makes me laugh. Anyway,
Um,
um, w-
but Jake Davis still looked like the top quarterback in the country.
um, he's definitely the best to start.
I think he's coming in because we don't know anything about Chris Billings, but Jake Bates had stupid stats.
Yeah, Jake Davis had a lot. I like the size of Matt Ballard. I mean, I like the size of Davis too, but I really like the size of Ballard in Ohio, and there's definitely going to be a ton of competition for him.
Um, which one?
Matt Ballard, 6'4", 221.
That's good size for a pocket guy, but Davis is about that size, 6'3", 227.
Yeah, well, that's what I followed up with. It's
Yeah.
basically the
Um,
same player.
yeah, they might try and sneak into. Is that North Dakota or no? That's Tyson. Um,
Oh, so
nope. Tyson has good size too.
to to add on to our Josh Pennington comments, stat sheet suffer. He posted his inside report on where he thinks everybody's going to go. Some of the recruits we talked about previously got brought up. He has Jake Davis going to Wazoo, Soldier Brooks going to UVA, and Josh Pennington going to Georgia.
Oh, I even think about Georgia now. And Georgia's got to come in from outside. He's got to come in from a disadvantage, and that's still a 10-point disadvantage. Now, Georgia does border Florida, but that's a pretty significant hit.
Yeah, I'm willing to bet that we're not going to see a 5.0 leave the state that they're from. It's just
it's especially not a state that has that many people in it.
you might see it from like a state like New Jersey where there's one school, but like Texas, I'm not going to eat a sock, but I would do something ridiculous if what's his name? If any 5.0 leaves the state of Texas.
I could see someone stealing, like, I'm not sure if there's a kicker or something. We always lose a kicker, but
do kickers even count? Are they really people?
No, that's why you can get them for 1 point. I got a 1 of 5 last year for 1 point. Oh, shit, that's Kentucky, not Texas. But, no, there's just, it's all offensive line and stuff, or defensive line and offensive line too, Texas.
Yeah, I mean, there's 2 5.0 defensive tackles, or 3 5.0 defensive tackles.
Holy shit! Texas has had years where they have more 5.0s than, or less 5.0s than that.
Oh, really?
Texas had some bad years, but no, 2 offensive tackles, 3 defensive tackles. The big guys are growing up here. Now there's 2 running backs too in Texas. So McLaughlin's going to TCU, but Stephen Cunningham might get a lot of interest.
A lot of confidence on that one.
Oh yeah, I'm just telling it like it is. That's how it is.
Yeah. There's a lot of 5.0s that need some time to develop in this class.
Yeah.
Which I kind of like.
Yeah, there are more like 3 of 5s, but there aren't as many overall more recruits.
Well, there are more recruits than there were last year, thankfully.
We need a little more.
There's like 200 more than there were last year, I think.
That's a big change. So I think we got to talk. I was mentioning the states, and I went and made a ranking on how many recruits were in each state just to get a general idea and compare that to the number of schools. And from there, I took the number of states that border the first state and found the number of schools bordering them and found which state has the least competition to recruit in based on number of recruits per team bordering and team in the home state, and then weighted it on how many teams are weighted on so teams in the home state count as more, and came up with some interesting numbers on the places where you can get the least competition.
Where's your top 5?
The top 5 places to raid?
Yeah. What are you looking at?
All right, so I'm finding the best place to raid is Maine, which is kind of shitty, but that's a divide by 0 era because literally nobody borders Maine.
That's just fair game for everybody.
Yeah, no, so everyone has the exact same points on Maine, but there's almost nothing there. I think you can get like a 4.5 out of there. So if you want to go for that. Now after that, you have a state that only one place borders, and North Dakota. Minnesota is the only team that borders North Dakota. So I'll mention later, Bingo has a pretty big advantage from that. So there's that, and then Rhode Island's similar because you only have one state that borders Rhode Island, and that's there's only one team that borders Rhode Island. And
wait, is Massachusetts not a Rhode Island border?
We don't have a team in Massachusetts.
Yeah, we do.
Oh shit, we have UMass. That's on there though.
We have BC.
True.
It's BC and Yukon would be the bordering states.
Yeah,
for
BC and Yukon is what I have.
Okay, sorry, I thought you only had one.
No. I had it wrong for a second.
Okay.
So I'm looking at something. But basically, that found the states that are the easiest to recruit in, and based on that, you can find which states have the best borders that are easiest to recruit in, which kind of, yeah, all right, it's right. Sounds off, but it weights it towards your home state. Does a couple more calculation, or try not to gloss over this. It finds your state value based on the number of how good your home state is plus each of your 4 border states. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So you're going to find out how good your home state is, and it kind of balances out between the teams. And Minnesota, by far, was the most ridiculous state.
Yeah, and just not a lot of competition up there.
No. I mean, Minnesota's kind of ridiculous because they get they get an advantage over every team in North Dakota, or everyone on the recruits in North Dakota. So they have an advantage there, and then they get an advantage over all of the recruits in South Dakota, except they have Iowa and Iowa State that also border them. So they have an advantage there. They're the only team in their home state, so they have another big advantage there. So Minnesota, it's not even close. They're twice as good as the next state that has a school.
Who's the worst, actually?
The worst is going to be Wyoming. Wyoming's bad. Yeah, Wyoming is not good. Yeah, let's see if I can find it. No, they just don't have anything going for them.
Nothing to border, nothing to
No, like Utah sucks, Colorado sucks, Idaho sucks. Montana's a good place to border, but that's really all they have, and their state sucks. There's too much competition for not very many recruits. So
Yeah.
Wyoming's not a good place to be. Utah's just behind them. The Rockies are pretty bad this year. There's some good shit in California, so if they can reach into there, but yeah, I think Colorado doesn't border California. Now they don't, so they're gonna be in some trouble. I feel bad for Dacter there.
Yeah, I want to say the Rockies were pretty bad last year too, but I don't remember.
Yeah. Now the Rockies, they haven't really been good. They had that year with Corey Kessler and Devin Conroy when they were both coming out. That was pretty big for them. I think Devin Conroy's been the better of those two.
Yeah, I mean Kessler did bring Auburn to the playoffs, though.
Yeah. That was last year. I think I'm interested to see the competition for certain recruits. Because
Like where?
There's one I was looking at. It was Lucas Dykes in Oklahoma. I think someone from Texas might try and reach in there, because that is a playmaker.
Oh, he's a little short though for a target guy.
6'1's not bad. Jamel's 6'1.
Is Jamel target?
Yeah, Jamel's target.
Speed.
Nah, just target, man.
He got the Samuel Barfield, who's basically the same receiver, right under him too.
And what's a team that could have a great class? I said this before. I think the best class in the nation is going to be in the state of Texas, and I think it's going to be Azul. I think Azul's going to build a great class because I can already see where it's taking shape.
I'm not sure.
He's got a lot to build, though.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The best class is going to come from the most stacked state. And
it's going to be.
Yeah, it's got to be Texas. It might be. I don't know how California looks. I haven't done a state by state thing.
California's all right, but I think Texas is loaded.
It's going to come down to that and to whoever can, and I mean, it's going to be awful, but whoever can work out the best
Yeah,
way to
whoever's got the tighter field, let's say.
let whoever can uh, network the best.
Yeah, it's networking, it's recruiting. It's just having a conversation. There's nothing going on there.
Like whoever you can figure out who's going after what, because I
Yeah, if you
mean,
get a good feel on what's going on, nothing can stop you. But no one knows what's going on. They never do.
it's actually kind of a shame. The system DM was supposed to de-emphasize colluding, and I think it kind of
Uh, I
made
don't
it
know.
worse.
I can see what you're coming from. I can see where you're coming from, and I've said it before. But I want to see how it plays out. I'm really excited to see how this plays out. Uh,
Yeah, I like the idea of the new system. My problem is I think if the in-state bonus wasn't so large, it wouldn't be as big of a deal to work with other people.
yeah, because you have to stay in state, and the problem is it's not a catch 22, but if other people are colluding, that makes it harder on you. If you
Yeah,
like, that's the kind of trouble we're in. Like, you can just get boxed out by them. If they can pick and choose and fight their battles and know they're going to lose some, so they don't put anything into them, they have more to spend against you. So it hurts pretty much just you. Like,
yeah,
that's the problem. Like, I see with it, because when people collude, it's a win-win situation generally. So why not do a lot more? Because it works out for everyone, really.
yeah, definitely helpful.
But the problem is, it just really hurts people who don't,
Yeah, for sure.
and it puts people in tough situations. But I'm gonna see how it's gonna play out this year.
I do like the new system, though. I think it's got a lot of potential. I think it's definitely. I mean, I'm not gonna say definitely, but I think we may see some tweaks to it after the season, after we get a full year through it, which is good.
I think I
I
think we
mean,
do need to make some changes, but we gotta see what works because
yeah,
it hasn't been tested. Like, we don't know.
change. Change is good. Fixing is good.
Because there were some serious. I don't know if there were problems, but the way it worked, people didn't know, and it threw people off.
Yeah. So, you want to talk a little strategy now, or do you not want to delve into what you think the best is?
I'll talk some strategy. I There's a lot of ways to go. I think starting fast makes it hard for people to catch up on you, but if you try and start fast on too many people, you'll overextend yourself and get nothing. Um, so I think you kind of put yourself in a weird spot. Now the thing is, though, is it's week by week, and you can go after these guys because you see how it progresses between weeks. And we haven't seen what a high number bid, like a real high bid, is, because we don't even know for the old system what a high bid would be. Um, because we had the idea that people, like, a high bid would be 50, 60 before, and that's gotten blown out of the water several times. So I'm interested to see in the new system how they kind of change things. And trying, you see what I'm trying to get at, though.
Yeah. I mean, what's going to be interesting is I think it's just so hard to say with
Yeah,
the
no,
in-state bonus is just going to be a lot to make up, especially if
uh,
people are going to try
I
to
don't know.
go
I
through
like it.
one.
I like it. It forces people to stay in state.
Well, you like it because you're in Texas, but I mean, like,
Yeah, I love Texas.
I'm talking about bid wise because of that in-state bonus. I mean, a big bid like not the Sam Dean in the shout box said he's going to throw all his points on one person.
I'm doing that. If you guys want to know,
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
yeah. But I think it's a good strategy. But I'm gonna see how it plays out. I think if he's going after Jake Davis, he's in trouble. Um, if he's putting all his points on them, because I think he's going to see Washington State there right with him. But I'm doing the same thing, so I can't complain. I'm going to see a lot of competition.
Yeah,
Jake Davis was a baller, though. Like 40-1 touchdown interception ratio.
yeah, that was absurd. I oh, I don't know what I think, because I mean I've heard people throw out different strategies in the shout box just talking. Some people say they're gonna throw all 20 scholarships down now. Others have said they're gonna take they're gonna
No.
wait.
I heard Alien saying something about how when JUCO comes out, the scholarships can be used on JUCO players.
Oh, they can.
I don't know, but Alien was mentioning something because
That
that would be a game changer.
probably should have been mentioned
I
before
know.
recruiting opened.
I don't know what it was, but every time someone mentioned like they threw down scholarships, Alien mentioned JUCO, but I don't really know what he knows.
I mean that. Oh wow.
I don't know.
If someone in the shout box has any better idea,
Yeah,
let us know.
but it's going to be interesting to see how JUCO plays in this because I think what I was hearing was that Saluna would release it as a list later in the year, like a separate list added on. But I really have not sure. But JUCO's going to be interesting this year. I'm ready to see how that plays out.
Yeah, I mean, if that gets combined, I mean, it makes sense that it would be combined, but oh, I feel like we should get. Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
I don't.
So don't believer. I see you in there. Don't quote me on this. Don't say that I told this. I'm spreading this anyway because that'll get people pissed at me. I don't know about the JUCO scholarships. That's just what I heard, and that's what I thought the way it was. But yeah, don't quote me on that, please, because I don't know the whole story. I'm gonna get fucking quoted on that.
Yeah, and we know how soon it gets when we assume.
Yeah. So that's not me.
So no
Well,
assumptions.
no, no assumptions.
I'm gonna say.
Man. Dude, actually, if Washington got Jake Davis and redshirted him for a year, I'd be kind of hyped on that. Just to see a guy be like a 4.5 or 4 out of 5 as a freshman, like
That would
Norris
be
Berkshire,
that would be an absolute outrage.
that would be incredible because they still have Julius McIntosh.
Which is the best name for a quarterback from Washington.
That's awesome. That's such a Washington name too. That's such a fucking Washington name. Oh man, I love that. Julius McIntosh. Applejacks. Oh man, but Jake Davis Jake Davis definitely seems like a guy who should stay in state. That's
Yeah.
one type I see state.
That's gonna be tough. I don't see
No,
him getting pulled out.
he feels like a Jake Locker.
He
That's what I
does.
think of every time I hear Jake Davis. I start thinking of Jake Locker.
Hopefully, Jake Davis is better in the NFL than Jake Locker.
Yeah, it'd be a shame if they drafted him instead of Christian Ponder, who went right after him. That first round was awful, but that's completely off topic.
Well, oh god, that was a terrible first round. That was like 4 QBs were taken and they all sucked.
Except for Cam, yeah. And then Dalton Kaepernick fell to second. All right, let's go off back to the script.
Yeah, the non-existent script. Do you want to take a couple shoutbox questions?
Yeah, if anyone has any questions, sounds good, or else we can kind of recruit with the best. Soldier Brooks.
Yeah, it's gonna be Soldier Brooks.
It's gonna be Soldier Brooks. I think
He's
Soldier Brooks is like a legendary type.
yeah, he's gonna be better than Akil.
No, he seems not like an Akil or a Tyrone Jones. He's like a Tunch who just fucking shuts people down. because you always get that hard-nosed feel with Tunch Richardson.
He's like who's the linebacker the Patriots had that they gave to the Lions?
Kevin Harris.
Not Kevin. That's not who I'm thinking of. Who are the good inside linebackers in the NFL?
The Craig Brooks. No, that's the one they sent back.
Who am I thinking? I can't think of who I'm thinking
of. Andre.
Andre Brooks, is that his name?
That was Andre Brooks.
Thanks, Yellow.
Any recruiting rumors other than Davis? Soldier Brooks is already wearing purple, so.
Wait, Soldier Brooks is wearing purple?
Not Soldier Brooks, Solomon McLaughlin.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I know there's
Soldier Brooks. I'm going out. I'm going fucking all out.
There's a little bit of Texas rumors in there.
Yeah. Here, let's go straight down. Predict these. All right. Josh Pennington.
He's Florida.
I'm giving Florida too. Soldier Brooks.
Virginia. No way he's going anywhere else.
Maryland.
Oh, you think he might go to Maryland?
I just want to see the Sam pour all his points in that. But Virginia is probably a big one. I think Virginia is really the right answer here because I don't think Virginia Tech's going to go as hard.
Speaking of the Sam, I wish I was still in Maryland. He can do something special if he can get that O-line and the quarterback in.
Dude, they can be good. Maryland was set up really well a while back, too.
Yeah, you're welcome. It sucked before because Maryland was solid. Our defense was great, but our offense was just god-awful.
Yeah,
we have
so
Jay Flowers, who was one of the worst NFL quarterbacks I've ever heard or ever seen play. The Chiefs' terrible corners a couple years ago.
Oh, wait.
Chiefs' first season, they had all like 60 overall corners, and Jeffrey Powers went out and threw 3 picks. It was absurd.
Yeah, that sucks.
Anyway, let's keep going. Who's the third spotlight?
Was it a spotlight guy? Jameer Lacey wasn't spotlight. I'm just going down the list. Pick him. Jameer Lacey.
Jameer Lacey. Is he? Hold on.
He's in Oregon. I'm picking Oregon.
Sorry, I gotta find him.
That's such a Cade type recruit right there. Jameer Lacey, a 3-5 corner.
Yeah, for sure.
That's such an Oregon player right there. Because
Oregon's pretty loaded.
Yeah, Oregon's got some good shit. I went there last year, but I liked it this year. All right, Devin McGinnis.
Give me positions when you say.
Punter, Devin McGinnis, 3-5.
Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota. Chris Billings, South Carolina, 2.55 scrambler.
Ooh, I think he may go out of state.
I could see it.
Jody Kai might be able to pull him.
No, but Emperor might.
I don't think Emperor's going to want a scrambler like that.
Yeah, he's not big on that.
Also, I don't know what Clemson's depth chart at quarterback looks right now.
They got Jamel Armstrong at quarterback.
Oh, Rose Dower raises a good point. Old Dominion could steal Soldier Brooks.
Oh.
If Dean pulls that off,
if Dean pulled that off, fuck you. Because if I have one good player in CUSA, I have the shutdown defense of the conference. That's what he's saying right there. He goes, if I have a fucking Soldier, he will put up the more tackles than Tunch Richardson ever did, because he's in the fucking CUSA, so he's getting 15 tackles a game, and no one else can do it.
That would be absurd. He would break Man Bear Pig's record for tackles.
Man Bear Pig have it now?
Man Bear Pig had 360 tackles.
Yeah, he had a season. I think Philip Moore had.
No, not in a season. This is over a career.
360? Tunch was over like 500 something.
No, I don't know. I thought Hernandez had the most, but I don't remember.
Soldier Brooks could be the next Alexander Hardison. And yeah, I agree. Jameer Lacey is no hype. But
he's one of those guys that's been flying under the radar.
Partially because he was a 3-5 wasn't the spotlight. But Josh Pennington was so hyped right when everyone saw him.
See, I wasn't here when the list got released because I was at work, so I don't know the hype.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, Jody Kime might go after that quarterback because right now he's got a scrambler, 3 or 4 scrambler from
Um,
South Carolina. He could pull what Washington would do. He could get Billings redshirt him a year
oh man, shit, maybe.
and then have him for at least 2 seasons. Ooh, I think I'm putting my crystal ball in for South Carolina for him.
Oh, for that scrambler?
Yeah.
I think Duke's gonna go after him.
If Duke
Duke's
gets
gonna grab
Billings, if Duke gets Billings, I'll eat a hat.
him. No, but there is a team in the state of North Carolina who's in need of a quarterback because the laws are almost over.
Oh, you're right.
Laws is he's like the quintessential like predecessor to an elite quarterback. So he's like okay, but everyone tries to compare him to AJ Jefferson, so he's never really that good.
Yeah. I mean, even Dean brought it up. Imposter might run after him.
Yeah. Ooh. Oh,
He
cause
might he might have more competition on him than Davis will.
yeah, because I think everyone's expecting Davis to go between Washington State or Washington. I don't know if anyone's gonna reach in.
Whew, that's gonna be interesting.
No, because he's gonna wrap up Jameer Lacey. You'd be happy with that.
So who do you got next?
Um, on this list was Jake Davis,
Yeah, well,
and
I'm
then Solomon McLaughlin. I'm not gonna
well
make a prediction here because you already know where he's gonna go. You can go though.
TCU.
There it is.
No, what? You know what? I'll change it. He's going to SMU.
Oh, all right. That's not gonna happen.
Where is South Lake? What?
It's like
Uh,
less than 30 minutes away from Fort Worth.
so not far from TCU.
No. It's like 25 minutes away from their campus. I've measured it out. They're
So
pretty close. Fort Worth.
what you're saying is he was seen driving a purple Trans
Yeah,
Am.
he was seen driving a purple Trans Am, and no one gave a fuck. He was rocking that shit. He got a Hummer actually, black and purple Hummer. That's what we sent down for Solomon McLaughlin. That's the only shit he rides in now.
Next one.
All right, Lucas Dykes, wide
Hold
receiver,
on.
Oklahoma, 2.55.
He's
He's
gonna
either
be
going.
Raheem. He's gonna be Oklahoma State. That's my pick.
He's not. I don't think Panther wants to go through that bullshit again. I think
Why
Panther's gonna
not?
say absolutely not. Fuck this guy. I think Panther because Oklahoma State had Raheem, but that's literally all they had, and he's not gonna fucking blow 4 more years just watching one wide receiver kill everyone while everyone else does nothing. So I think he's gonna like spread it out, and I think either Oklahoma's gonna go after him because I think they have the ability to, and if their quarterback stays, Graham Burnett stays for 1 more year for his senior year, so this is junior year right now. His senior year next year, they want him to have targets and fucking make a guy like Lucas Dykes into the next Ty Miller. So I think they'll want him, but I'm not completely sure because I think Texas schools might want to reach in there. I mean, there's a lot of people looking in there from Texas, and I think that's where he's going to get most of his competition from. Or Tulsa could fucking go, I don't know.
Tulsa could just Raheem it.
Yeah, Tulsa could just redeem it.
Who you got next?
Um. hmm.
Danger, check your PM.
I know, I saw it. Interesting. Next one. Israel Carlson, running back,
Hold on. I
Mexico.
did not hear what you said.
Israel Carlson. It's like Hispanic or something because he's from Navajo Crep in New Mexico. He's a running back, 2.5 of 5.
Viva Los Lobos.
Vamos. Viva. I can see that. Yes, sir.
Shame Neo's not there anymore. He's definitely kicking himself because doesn't New Mexico have a bunch of players this year?
Yeah, New Mexico's not bad. I'm liking New Mexico. We can go there too. Let's see what's in New Mexico. There's a running back 2.5 of 5, a center 1.5 of 5, an outside linebacker 1 of 5, a running back 2.5 of 4.5. Holy shit! A defensive tackle 1 of 4.5.
It's got to be the most stacked the desert's been in a while.
Yeah, no. Wow. Tulsa Golden Hurricanes.
Can someone explain that to me?
No, that's perfect. Because this morning the Tulsa guy made his team page, and he actually clicked post like 4 times, so he made 4 different threads, and he showed up as all Tulsa Golden Hurricane. That's what they're laughing at.
How do you accidentally do that?
I don't know. Oh, no, I can't tell people. Listen, never mind. Keep going.
Wait,
No.
what?
No, never mind. Go on. We can't talk about that.
Was it what Dean PM'd you?
No. It's completely separate. It's about clicking things like really fast. I'm not gonna go into it now.
All right then. Shoutbox, if you guys have any ideas.
Tulsa Golden Dykes.
That's funny.
No, it's not. Golden Dykes. Who's another talked about guy? We haven't gotten really into the hype yet. Like enough of the hype yet, I think.
I don't really know who's been hyped because I haven't been on much with work.
I
know who I'd hype. Oh, you know what's also weird? There's no 5.0 fullbacks.
I took them all.
That probably hurts you a little bit. Yeah, you took them all and they all traded. Or they all transferred.
They all transferred. I lost 2 4.5 fullbacks to transfer.
You're the TCU of fullbacks, or the Texas A&M of fullbacks.
Texas A&M, the we have a position that matters basically.
We have a position where we
recruiting class. The team that could have a bad recruiting class. I think my class will look bad.
Someone in a state that's stacked is going to get super shut out.
I think it might be UCLA because they're pipelining Texas.
It could be. California might be good enough so they can get away with it, though. I don't know who could have the worst. Maybe a Florida school?
Yeah. Oh, man.
I haven't done enough of a distribution to tell. Hawaii, maybe? Hawaii's got it. Is in a tough spot.
Yeah, Hawaii's in some good spots, too. All right. I think we're getting a little late here. 30 minutes chat. Anything else we need to talk about?
I like stats. Next question. Guy most likely to go out of state that's not Billings.
Oh, what guy most likely to go out of state? Can I cheat here?
Sure.
I'm going to say Isaac Tyson.
Isaac Tyson?
The quarterback in North Dakota, I think he's going out of state.
What makes you say that?
Because who's going to take them there? Like, what? There's no teams in North Dakota to take him.
I was being funny. You're going out on a limb.
Yeah,
real tough question.
Yeah, I think his competition is going to be incredible, but I think he'll end up getting taken out of state.
I know where he's going.
I think you do. For a serious one, for someone that has a state in there, I think it's going to suck for these guys, but that center in Utah, they're 2 of 5 pass blocker, because Utah's pretty bad and they don't have much, but I think people are still going to come in and raid them. for Utah?
I think. Who do I think? It's not going to be anyone on the offensive line.
Oh man.
Oh, you know who's not? Definitely not. The two top DEs, the two top three DEs. There's no way they leave. Actually,
Oh, the Pennsylvania one, the Kansas one.
there's a Pennsylvania one, a Kansas one, a Massachusetts one. If any of those leave the state, I'll just be amazed.
I could see Britt doing it. I could see Boston College not want to put that much on him. I could see someone sneaking in there, but no one really borders Massachusetts, though. I don't think.
Yeah, it
Oh,
would be a lot.
Massachusetts has 4 boarding schools. There's there's 4 schools that border Massachusetts.
The two New York ones, Yukon and Vermont. Not Vermont. I don't know who's the fourth one.
1 second, I'll find it.
You know what's actually absurd with this?
Maine, Rhode Island, Vermont, New Hampshire.
None of those have schools.
Those are the only ones I see right now. 1 second. And then Connecticut. New York has what, 2?
Yeah, so it's only 3 total, I think.
Whatever.
No, but I would be surprised. Well, in Kansas, both Kansas and Massachusetts could pull in 2 5.0 defensive ends. Well, Massachusetts would get a 4.5 and a 5.0. But that's absurd.
Yep, that is.
If I was Storm, I'd be licking my chops right now.
Mm-hmm.
Both contain. You run a 3-4 with those guys, money.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, no, Og Hale's staying in the state. I can guarantee you he will be in any line.
And Storm's big about boarding up a state.
Yeah, like nobody's going into Kansas this year.
Yeah. Or maybe that's just what Storm wants us to say.
True. But you don't know how much he's paying us.
Exactly. Big
You
12.
know who I'm gonna go with leaving the state?
Who?
Well, do you want it to be a super hyped guy?
You would go with the big guy. What's your big prediction? Most hyped guy that leaves the state.
See, I'm not sure who's that hyped yet. Soldier Brooks does.
I think Chris Billings. Chris Billings might be the most likely.
Yeah,
Soldier Brooks, I'm telling you, Maryland for Soldier Brooks. The Sand's gonna get his Tyrone Jones.
Damn it! Please no. We do need a mic. We did. They do need a
Drop
mic.
the mic.
I don't know. I don't know who's going to be most hyped recruit to leave the state. You know what?
Oh, Israel Carlson.
That's possible. I'm going to go with a running back from, I'm going to go with Israel Carlson. He's mine. Because New Mexico might just not go after him.
Yeah. All right.
Do you want to, any last,
I think we're about good here.
yeah, any last questions from the shout box?
Any last questions? I think we're about done. Last one. Prospect most likely to go to CUSA. Oh no, I'm calling it. Soldier Brooks.
Yeah, I'll go that one too.
Soldier Brooks most likely to go to CUSA. Old Dominion's gonna dominate the fucking whatever it is, Conference USA.
Here, my last thing. Team with the worst class. Like absolute worst class.
Team with the worst class. Say team with the worst class from someone who has a coach. Like, so not AI.
Yeah, not AI.
I'm not SMU.
I'm gonna go Rutgers. No offense to Vol, but New Jersey is completely barren. They have one player.
Who's a Wyoming coach? Is there a Wyoming coach? Because I
It
thought
was stat sheet stuffer, but I don't know if
he
there's
left.
one right now.
He's with he's with the fucking Hilltoppers.
Yeah.
Let's see who I had as my worst.
Who
Oh,
was the
Wyoming.
worst state you had
The
in the
worst
first
state.
game? The one that made North Dakota good.
So the top rankings. I'll go through every state. All right, that has a team. The best states to be in. I'll filter. All right. Number one, Minnesota has a score of 100 on this. Number two, Iowa has a score of 47. That's how much
That's
Minnesota is better than everyone else. That's how ridiculously good it is to be in Minnesota. So Baco's got to leverage that. I think Minnesota could pull the best class in the nation if he plays right. So after Iowa is actually Connecticut. Connecticut doesn't do really well in their own state. There's a lot of competition for not very many recruits, but they have some of the best border states playing well for them because they get Vermont, and not very many people border Vermont. Massachusetts, we talked about that. Rhode Island and New York, and they get some value out of everyone pretty much except New York. Now, after that is Texas, and almost all of their value comes in, almost everything they get is basically from them playing Oklahoma, or them being bordered to Oklahoma, and New Mexico. Louisiana's all right, too. And then after that, it's Hawaii, Hawaii is the worst state to recruit in. Do not try and recruit in Hawaii because you won't get anything. It's really bad because there's a lot of players bordering it, and basically they're the only ones who can defend their borders. And there's not a lot to go for there. But they get great value because they have California, it's great. Alaska, not very many people border it, less competition. Oregon, the same way. There's not a lot in Oregon and
that's
Washington.
that's hilarious that Hawaii's border state is Alaska.
That's awesome. I think they may be further apart than like any other two states, but yeah, they border Alaska. And then Oklahoma basically bounces off of Texas. They both boost each other up a lot.
So, according to Google, the distance from Alaska to Hawaii is 3,072 miles.
Border states.
And the distance from Seattle to Miami is about the same.
Oh shit. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. But after that, I'm just running down. It goes Oklahoma, Wisconsin, Massachusetts, Washington, Oregon, California, Louisiana, Indiana, Michigan, South Carolina, Florida, Illinois, New Mexico, Kansas, Arizona, Nevada, Alabama, Missouri, Georgia, Idaho, Kentucky, Ohio, North Carolina, Nebraska, Tennessee, Mississippi, New Jersey, New York, Arkansas, Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, Virginia, Colorado, Utah, Wyoming, and Wyoming's the worst. Utah's going to be fucking terrible too, and they might be worse because in a worse position because they have to deal with fucking each other. BYU, Utah, Utah State, all are in there. Utah's the worst place to be, I think, right now, or Wyoming. So I think
Thanks.
BYU might pull the worst class. I'll put it at that. BYU is the worst
Huh.
class in the country.
Oh, yeah, you know what? I'll go there because at least New Jersey can border PA. And I think they border Delaware, who's got some nice recruits in no
Yeah,
in-state.
Pennsylvania's doing well.
Pennsylvania is going to be tough to jump into because we're going to have it pretty much on lock, but
Yeah.
might steal a player or two. To answer, we'll go last question. The Mountain West team with the top recruiting class, it's going to be New Mexico.
Mountain West team. Ooh, yeah. The New Mexico plays it right. They'll be really good. I had New Mexico pretty high on this. They were 26, actually pretty average. But they get Arizona. They can, if they try to, they can get into Texas. Then Colorado and Utah just kill them. But they're good in state, and it can reach into Arizona. They got like Oklahoma instead of Colorado. They'd be the best.
Yeah,
That's a
for
huge.
sure.
Only be second behind fucking Minnesota.
But
Fucking Minnesota.
we should do updates like this each week.
Yeah,
Like,
we'll try and be more
once-
consistent. I'll try to be in a better state of mind. But we'll get more stuff together. Less improv, actually, do this. But I was just
Yeah.
trying to get a look into what I have here, and we'll probably put some more out.
Do a little like 24 trending stuff. Put in
24.
put in
Crystal balls.
legitimate crystal balls.
All right, we will start our crystal ball, and we're gonna keep track of who has the best, and it's gonna be me.
Probably.
All right, all right. Well, we'll see y'all later.
See ya. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.